Hello? Is this working? Yes! Okay, I think we're on. And there's already 99 people here. Hey everyone, welcome. Wow, okay, we've already got a conversation going. Hello. I'm just gonna wait for people to see that this is a thing and join. But yeah, I hope you guys are good. Yay! Okay, people are saying hi. Hey. Yeah, okay, so basically, I'm sure you guys noticed, I didn't post a Motivated Monday yesterday just because I didn't have time. That's basically the bottom line. But yeah, all weekend from Friday to Monday, I was in York and I was doing like a training weekend for like an ICS placement that I'm doing. So I'm doing a 3-month placement in Uganda in a few months, which is going to be amazing. And I'm basically living with a host family, and I'm gonna have like a Ugandan counterpart. It's like a cultural immersion type thing. And it's with the charity Restless Development. So yeah, anyway, that's basically why I didn't post yesterday, because I just didn't go on technology for the weekend. So yeah. Hey, I thought I'd do this instead. I asked you guys on my Instagram for some questions related to, I don't know, productivity, motivation, etc. And I'm just going to basically sit and chat to you guys and answer some things. I know exam season is kind of coming up if you've got GCSEs or A-levels, maybe some other international exams, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I hope this can help in some way. Yeah, let me move my chair up. Is that better? I don't know. There's actually like nearly 700 people in here, guys. That's mad. Yeah, let's chat. Okay, so I can't actually access my Instagram on my phone because I'm filming this on my phone. But I wrote down some of the things you asked. So, someone asked, how do you get in the zone? Like, how do you get in the zone to just bang out a load of work, sit down, do a load of work? And I think this is such an important question because you can often find a place like that zone where focus is like easy, right? Yeah, like you just sit there and it doesn't take a lot of effort to get your brain into the mindset of like learning, of like deep learning. So how do you get to that place? And I think it's really different for different people. I think it also depends on you whether you work better at home or if you work better in like an external environment. So I think for me, when it hit exam season of A-levels, I was sick of my house because all I did was stay in my house. And even though I could get myself focused, I don't know, like I could do it, after a while I would literally just get sick of it. So do you know what I did? I ventured to my local library and they had like a little, I don't know, study area, quiet zone, and I would basically start alternating the days. And I think finding a routine is really important to get you in the zone. But I think if you are getting sick of your study area, sometimes you need to change it up, go to a cafe. I think 2 things to get yourself in the zone that are really important. The first one is to have a plan, because if you've planned out the work that you're doing, then like the friction's gone, the resistance is gone, right? Because if you say like, okay, from 10 a.m. to 10:30, I'm going to be doing page 10 of this textbook, and you've put the textbook out on your table. It's approaching 10 a.m. It's not hard to just sit down and do it because you've planned it out. So plan some stuff. If you've not got anything planned for tomorrow, but you've got some stuff that you need to do, remove all the friction tomorrow and just do the boring planning now. I promise you it'll help. And also, get your space clear. Like, I'm a mess. Do I show you my room right now? So basically what I do is when I film, I shove everything out of shot. So I've got clothes on the floor, I've got all this stuff here, and I've got all this stuff here. Nothing's in shot right now, which is great. But yeah, I'm a messy person. So if I need like focus, if I need to get a lot done, one of the first things I will do is make sure that my space is not an absolute tip. So what I recommend to you right now, if you are looking around your space and you're like, oh hey, this is looking like a tip, while you're watching me right now, just like while this is on in the background, just start shifting some stuff. Start like putting things away. If you've got folders, if you've got sheets, if you've got stuff lying around, if you've got clothes on the floor, like while you're watching this, start cleaning up your study space, and I promise you that like tomorrow you'll thank yourself. Yes, so that is an idea for today. Just clean up your space while you're watching this. Someone else asked on Instagram, how do you get motivated when you're feeling really tired, or like what to do in that situation? I think the first thing to recognize is that you're feeling tired, right? And sure, like everyone, we get tired all the time, and that's normal, that's okay. But if you're reaching the point where you just feel exhausted, you're not getting enough sleep, or you're like hitting burnout. And I think it's really important to be aware of that and not to just like bottle that up, shove it away, and keep like working, banging out the revision. Someone just said, always with those hand movements. Yeah, sorry, I'm a gesture person. Yes, if you're feeling tired, I think you just need sleep, honestly. I think do the revision that you can, but I think what you need to do is recognise why you're not getting enough sleep, because a lot of the time it's when you're staying on your phone or on YouTube for like ages, and it's not necessarily because you're doing like loads and loads of work. So yeah, maybe cut out some things from your routine which aren't necessarily the most productive right now. Make sure you get some more sleep, and then I promise you, like, all your work will be better if you're not super tired. So if you're feeling super tired and you're feeling unmotivated, those two go hand in hand. Try and eliminate the fatigue a little bit, try and eliminate the burnout, give yourself some breaks, then you'll feel more motivated, hopefully. Yeah, okay, ask me some questions. I will come onto the chat. There's literally 1,000 people on here. That's so weird. Oh my god. Do you know what I wish YouTube had? I wish I could host you guys like I can on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I feel like you're missing out, because I often like host people so they can ask me questions, and like we share the screen together, which I really like. Yeah. What am I thinking of doing next year? I can't tell you yet, because there's an announcement coming, because I've worked out what I'm doing with my life, which is nice. But yeah, I've not really told many people, so you will know soon. Do you always schedule revision? Interesting question. Very relevant question, I think, because it's Easter, it's nearly exam season, right? So do you schedule revision? I personally would, because when you're getting to this point in the year, you've got a lot of content that you need to cover still, right? And it can be really hard to divide your time, right, in order to cover everything, and to cover things which need more time and which need more effort and energy, to cover them like properly, as opposed to like skimming those and spending maybe too much time on things that you actually know or that you find really easy. So I do think, I mean, I hate the idea of scheduling, just because I'm so disorganized and I don't like planning things. But when it comes to exam season, and when it comes to yeah, just needing to get a lot done, I really would recommend scheduling things. Just do a rough schedule, just like look at your days and be like, right, like write a huge list of everything you want to cover, divide them up between the days or each thing that you need to cover, assign it a time, like roughly this is going to take me half an hour, roughly this is going to take me an hour, and then sort of slot it accordingly into your schedule. Equally, I think it's quite nice when you do schedule things because you can schedule time for you. So you can schedule time to go see your friend. You can schedule time to, I don't know, sit and procrastinate on social media, but it's not procrastination, really, if you've scheduled it, because you're like allowing yourself to do that and have time for that. Yeah, schedules are good, even though, yeah, it's just effort, isn't it? Yeah, if you've never scheduled before, after this little live, go schedule your time, and I promise it will help you out. Someone said school is not everything in life, and I cannot agree more. Despite the fact I am, a study tuber, I'm proud to be a study tuber, I'm proud to care so much about education and learning. School is not everything, and I think sometimes we all need to be reminded of that. So especially now, if you're in the midst of like Easter and revision and exams, and perhaps every single day you've been like banging out the revision, and you're getting a bit stressed, you're approaching burnout, you're like imagining exam season, just like stop for a second. And I think especially now that I've taken a gap year, I really can see school with a better perspective. But it really is not everything. And if you're feeling really stressed, like detrimentally so, and that your mental health is like being put into question, just try and take some more time for yourself and do things that you enjoy, because genuinely life is too short. There's no point being here if you're not even doing one thing every day that you enjoy and that you're happy to be doing. Random tangent, but I think it's important to recognise. That actually reminds me of a question that I did get asked on my Instagram, which is, hey Jade, how do I study for 14 hours straight? And I actually just quickly want to touch on this and say, even if you see that other people might study for 14 hours maybe, whether that's in real life or online, or say your friend does, I don't know, X amount of hours, I don't think you should compare yourself to that or strive for a particular number of hours that you're going to revise for. I really just don't think it's healthy, personally, to strive towards filling like a block of time like that. I just think it's important to really like seek balance in your life. And the way I revise was always trying to be really efficient and productive, as opposed to spending large lengths of time doing things. I think if you really enjoy studying and you enjoy the act of learning, then that's different, because it's not a chore to like revise for that length of time. So if you want to revise for 14 hours, mate, do it. Like, why not? Like, if you enjoy that, do it. But equally, if the idea of that literally stresses you out so much, you don't need to spend 14 hours. You can spend however many hours that you feel like you need to do, I guess. And for me, it was never like, I can see someone just commented like, how many hours did you do every day? And quite honestly, it varied. Some days I would be super productive and like, I don't know, be in my room almost all day, like, I don't know, 8 hours maybe. And some days I would wake up super early and do like the morning, and then when it got to like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m, I wouldn't do any more for the rest of the day. I think that's cool too. Yes. Also, someone gave me £1. Thank you. Oh, actually, I was going to say, if you want to donate on the super chat today, I don't even know how you do that, not gonna lie. But yeah, if you want to donate on the super chat, all of the money that you choose to put on here is going to be going to Restless Development, which is a charity that I'm working with in Uganda, the most incredible charity focused on like youth empowerment. So yeah, just thought I'd say that. Yeah, send me some more questions, motivation questions. OMG, your leopard clothes are stunning. Thank you. I don't know why I own so many like leopard print pajama type things. I think it's my mum's influence. Oh, actually, are you ready for this? Okay, so I'm wearing the most clashing pajamas ever right now. I've got this, which is quite a bold print, and my trousers are like kisses. So fashion. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really think anyone would be seeing me, but here we are, 1,200 people. Someone just donated £1. Thanks, Clayton. Okay. What keeps me motivated? Is that like in a general sense, just in like life with work, or is it in a study sense? I mean, what keeps me motivated? A lot of things. I think when I'm conscious that I'm feeling super unmotivated, I like to get a book out, like a diary type journal thing, and I really like to sit and write about like my goals or why I do what I do, like really just try and get back to like the why of why I try. Oh my god, someone just gave £1.99. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's really important to just like remember the reasons as to why you're doing what you're doing. Because there are reasons that you try, there are reasons that you're working hard, and even if it feels like you don't care and like why am I doing this, etc, etc, like you do care. You do. It's just you're in a stressful time and it's easy to forget why. Yes. I feel like I'm wording this really poorly because I'm tired, but yes. How's Folk? Folk is good, thanks. He is revising for his GCSEs a lot this Easter. Oh my god, no. Oh, Pebble Pen just gave me £10. Thank you. Yeah, as I say, if you've just joined the live, all of the money is going straight to Restless Development, the charity. So it's not for me, it's for like something bigger than me. But thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, send me more questions. Okay, how do I revise the whole of A-level biology in 1 month? That is the money question, right? Because obviously A-level biology, so much content, a lot of it's hard content, maybe you don't understand everything in there, fine, that's a lot. I think firstly you need to stop saying to yourself, oh my god, I've got to revise the whole of this A-level in 1 month, because I think the more you repeat that phrase, the scarier it seems and the less likely it is that you're actually going to do it. So I'd say break it down a lot. So break it down into chapters. I would order the chapters in terms of like what you know you struggle with the most, tackle those first. And then the ones that you sort of feel quite confident in, you can slip in like bits of revision as you go, but you don't really need to focus your time on them as much. So yeah, I think it's all about literally just like go through the textbook, write out a list of like the sub chapters maybe that you want to focus on, and then just divide them into your time. Get in as many past papers as you can. And I think it actually gives you a lot of peace of mind when you know that you've sat there with like the specification or the textbook and like slotted it into the remaining time that you have, because I don't know, it's just like it's just more motivating, because then all you have to do is stick to that plan and you know you'll be fine. Yes. Do GCSEs really matter? Another money question. Of course they matter to some extent. Like, we wouldn't do them, we wouldn't care, we wouldn't try if they didn't matter at all. But while I was doing my GCSEs, I believed that those GCSEs were the be-all or end-all of my life. And that was almost the way that, like, the narrative around them was at my school. Like, between teachers and peers and the pressure, the, like, expectations, it genuinely felt like, right, how I do in these exams is going to determine everything for the rest of my life. And that part is not true, because how you do is not going to determine everything. There are certain subjects which matter more, of course. So obviously you have to get, like, your pass grades in, like, maths and English, etc. So I think it matters in terms of building discipline and learning how you work, learning how to revise, and it matters for the subjects that you want to pursue in later life. But you should not massively compromise your mental health. You should not feel like you're a failure if you don't get, I don't know, the grades that you want. Like, they matter, but they are not everything by any means. Yeah. I wish someone had just, like, really told me that while I was doing my GCSEs, because I think I still would have worked as hard, I just wouldn't have been as stressed. So yeah, I really hope that, like, gets through to you, and it probably doesn't, because you probably still got the whole, like, stressed, like, oh, it means everything thing. But yeah, please don't try and put too much on yourself, too much pressure. Some people also donated. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Why do you not want to be a vet anymore? Bonus question. Oh, someone just gave €5. Thank you. Okay. So wait, what was that question? That's just gone out of my mind. No. Oh. Do you know what? It's actually really distracting having the chat because I'm talking, and my brain's also kind of reading questions and comments as we go. Oh yeah, why do I not want to be a vet anymore? Okay, yes. I did a lot of work experience. I did like 10 weeks or something of work experience. And though I loved it and though I've learned so much and I don't regret it, when I was in the clinical environment, I kind of just didn't really like it. Like, I sort of just realised I didn't really want to be doing it. Like, I would shadow a lot of vets, and I just thought, like, I have so much respect for you, but I'm not sure I want to pursue this, I want to do this. And I knew I had to be 100% certain if I was to pursue it to degree level. So yeah, like, I'm still interested in some respects, but I'm not enough to do it because I'm not, like, 100% yes. I still think it's an amazing profession though, and I'm still really interested in a lot of aspects of veterinary medicine. Hi from Ireland. Thank you, Jessica. Just gave me €2. Wow. Thank you for the donation. Okay, is it too late to start revising now if you have A-levels in May? No, you've got time. You can still do it. Yeah, I don't think questions like this are, like, good, because imagine if I was to sit here and say to you, like, no, you're screwed, right? Like, you've not started revising, you're screwed, you might as well just not try. Like, no, you've got time. With every day that you've got, you can learn something new. You can, like, compound knowledge that you already have. You can do another past paper question which might be really similar to something that comes up, and maybe that gets you a few more marks, which gets you another grade, which might get you into a different uni. Like, there's time. There really is time. So yeah, just keep your head high, keep the motivation going, try and stay super positive, and just keep trying, because you've got time. Yes. Oh god, what have I clicked? Okay. Is media studies a pointless subject? No, not at all. It's not like facilitating. It's not one of the facilitating subjects, which is like maths, biology, maths, science, English, languages and humanities. But if you want to pursue something within media, then what is more useful than doing media studies, you know? Like, there's no point in you doing maths if you don't want to pursue maths. Yeah, I just think, again, there's a stigma around doing subjects which aren't facilitating. I think it causes a lot of people to go down paths which they don't want to go down just to please other people. So yeah, if you want to study media studies, do it. Do it wholeheartedly. I wish I'd given myself more freedom when I was younger, because I think I really was always quite, I don't know, quite conscious of which subjects were facilitating, as though like those were the ones that would make people happy if I took those facilitating ones. Yeah. Nina has just given me £2 to Restless Development, not to me, but thank you. She said, best advice for travelling on a gap year. Love you. Love you too, Nina. Thank you. Okay, best advice for travelling. So much. Like, there's so much. I would say just book it. Like, it sounds simple, but the amount of research I've sat and done, like, and then just not booked anything and just not acted on it. Once you book something, everything else falls into place. Like, whether you're going with people, whether you're going on your own, whether you've got like your rucksack and packing stuff sorted, whatever, just book something and it will force you to do the rest. Book a flight somewhere and then you can work out your itinerary from then on. But yes, just book stuff. On that note, I'm doing some travelling from this Saturday, which is really cool. I'm off to France. I'm off to France for like 2.5-3 weeks. I am going on an intensive language immersion. I'm doing like an intensive language course in French, and I'm living with a host family and stuff, so that'll be cool. Yeah, I just really want to improve my French. I've just been learning it for fun. Yeah, so that'll be fun. And I'm gonna vlog it, but my uploads might be a bit meh while I'm out there, just because I really do want to focus on like trying to improve my French. Lola, thank you. She's just given £2 and she said, "You're so inspiring. Thank you for existing." That's so nice. Thank you. So many questions, I don't know what to answer. I don't know if you can tell as well, I'm tired today. I don't know if you're new to the live and you didn't start from the beginning, but I've just been on like a 4-day training weekend, which was incredible. It was honestly, it brought together so many like-minded people, and we discussed so many things that are relevant to international development. Like literally being forced to sit there, for example, and for a whole hour just discussing the white saviour complex. Stuff like that is amazing, and it's forced me to think so much more, but yeah, I'm kind of tired. The fire, the Notre Dame Cathedral fire. Honestly, when I saw that, like, I got so emotional. It's just like, oh, thank you, Cameron. I just got like a flash of yellow. He just gave £10, donated. Thank you so much. But yeah, the Notre Dame, like, what? Yeah, no, I just feel awful for the French people right now. yeah, I just don't really know what to say on that topic. But just like the amount of time it took to build, it's just like a beautiful cathedral. Yeah, I'm not really wording this very well, but yeah, I'm very sorry that it happened. Why did you drop English? So I dropped English Lit at AS just because I knew that if I did 4 subjects and had the YouTube channel, I probably wouldn't do as well, and I'd get like really stressed just having to like deal with it all. So for me, I knew one had to go, and because I knew I was pursuing biology, I just thought the other 2 would be more useful, more relevant, to be honest. And I thought English out of the 3 would probably be the one that I could most easily just pursue in my free time, if that makes sense. Just through like reading like, I don't know, like critics, and yeah, so that's the reason I dropped that one, but I still love English. Oh, that's an interesting question. Do you think it's okay to go out to parties leading up to exams? Oh, sorry, I just clicked a button. I can't read anymore. Okay, yeah. Do you think it's okay to go out to parties leading up to exams? Or is it better to revise instead and have free time when exams are over? Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you to not go to parties. I think it's all up to you, personally. I don't think you should not go to social events or just not meet up with your friends until exams are over, like unless you need that. Like some people do prefer to like hole themselves away a little bit, but personally I think you can judge where you're at with your revision enough, and I think you know that so say you've got an exam in a week, but you know you're at a really good place with how much you've done, and you think you'd actually benefit from, I don't know, seeing your friends one evening, then do it. Just do it. It's like one evening. As long as you're like not up too late and you can still like get on with stuff the next day and you're not, it's not detrimental, then I would say do it. Yeah, I think it's up to you. I don't think, I don't want to sit here and say something and then you go act on it even though you know what's best for you. So, yes. How to deal with high parent expectations. My sister got 9 A stars and I'm really feeling the pressure. This is a hard one, dealing with like expectations, because I think naturally we put enough pressure on ourselves, and then to have the external pressure of other people's expectations makes it even harder. I think if it's something like your parents or your teachers, sometimes it can really help to like have a conversation with them before exams start and just say like, I feel somewhat pressured by like what you think I should achieve. I think just being quite honest and having a conversation about it can help and can be quite a nice peace of mind. Because I had to speak to one of my maths teachers before A-level started, the exam started, because I was getting really, I just got really stressed with all the expectations of her, and she would always say oh Jade, you get this so easily, I don't know, you're gonna succeed really easily, whatever. And it actually stressed me out a lot more because I thought, well, if I don't achieve, then I don't know, I've got her to deal with. But I just sat her down and I had a conversation with her, and it really helped me just kind of feel like I didn't have that burden anymore. And I think it'll help her in the future with how she deals with students. That was a bit of a tangent, but yes, if you have an older sibling who did really well, you just have to remember that you are completely individual people. Their success, or whatever they got, is not like, you can't compare. If they got 9 A stars and you got 8 A stars, that is not a failure on your behalf, and it doesn't make theirs more of a success. Yours is still a success, theirs is still a success. You just shouldn't compare. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but you just have to remember that you are individual people, individual interests, individual strengths, weaknesses, etc. But yeah, if having that conversation will help you, then have the conversation with a family member. Yes. Okay, I think I'm gonna answer like 1 or 2 more and then call it a night. But yeah, as I said earlier, if you need to like clean your room or something, or like, I don't know, do something like clear your space while watching this, then do that. So I think I was watching a live video like ages ago, and I think the YouTuber I was watching said something like, oh, do this like while you're watching this. I just found it helpful to do something that I didn't want to do, but because they told me to do it, I did it. Someone said good night. Good night. Yeah, ask me some questions about motivation. I just realised as I'm reading these comments, it probably just looks really intense, like me gazing into the camera. A quick one to touch on. How do you motivate yourself to get out of your comfort zone, e.g. talking to people, volunteering, etc.? Just by like doing it more often. The more often you go out of your comfort zone, the bigger your comfort zone becomes. So it doesn't require as much motivation the next time to go speak to those people, to start the conversation, to go to that club, to do this thing on your own. It's just seeing it in that way, in the bigger perspective, and think, if I'm terrified now and I make a small step towards it, then like next time it will be less terrifying. Yeah, that's the way I see it anyway. Oh, I'm sorry about your guinea pig, Ellie. Oh, I'm just reading. There are so many good topics. Do you think your results are due to intense revision or natural intelligence? As a general point, I think this is a really good topic to discuss, because obviously everyone, even if every single person did exactly the same revision and it was the most effective revision ever, and you put in the exact same number of hours and got taught by the same people are still not going to get the same grades, because being naturally more inclined towards a subject, or like words or maths or logic, it's just natural differences, isn't it? So I think we'd be really stupid as people to not remember that some people are more naturally inclined towards certain things. So if you're putting in loads of hours and someone else seems to be putting in less hours, and like they are getting the grade success perhaps more than you are, even though you're putting in all the time, then I think yours is perhaps even more of a success just because of how many hours you're putting in. Yeah, I heard this quote the other day, and it was basically just, the effort is enough. And I thought it was quite powerful, just to remind us to value how much effort we put in, as opposed to just the rewards. Bit of a tangent, but yes. Oh, here's one. Do you think that filming study with me videos made you more productive when revising? Yes. Yes. I had a chat with like Ruby, I had a chat with Eve, I've just had a chat with like people. And of course, like if I'm gonna film, no, someone just donated £100. What? No! Okay, I'm gonna answer that in a second, sorry. Let me just continue with my point. Yeah, study with me's. Like, yes, I think even if you guys wanted to film one, not even necessarily for like online use, but just the act of having a camera, say, and just like filming you doing your work, it's kind of motivating because you can visibly see yourself getting stuff done. You are less likely to get distracted because it might be your phone you're using to film yourself. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think it's that it's not, like I do think it's representative of the studying I was doing, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't just not revise on some days and then the days I revise, oh, let's just film a study with me. I don't know, make it look like I'm doing loads of work. But I do think it was more productive and more focused when I would film, say, a real-time study with me, just because I'm not going to sit there and just go on my phone while I'm filming it, because that's not the point of the video. So yeah, why don't you guys film your own study with me if it'll help you out. Do it. No harm. Okay, Cara, who donated £100, which is literally going to charity. That is amazing. Thank you. How do you motivate yourself to get out of bed early in the morning to revise? I really struggle with it. It's a hard one because obviously you want to wake up in the morning feeling inspired for the day and excited to get stuff done. But if you're not excited to go revise and you're not feeling inspired to go revise, then it can be hard to get yourself going. I get that. And I think to combat that, it's quite nice if you can have something to look forward to in the morning so that you're forced to get out of bed and go do something fun or productive. If you're into exercise, even if you're not into exercise, I always highly recommend like going for a walk or a run in the morning maybe, because I think you come away from it with such a better mind and like a fresh perspective. So if instead of rolling out of bed and then starting revision, you roll out of bed, you go and you do your walk, and then you come back and then you revise, if that helps you, then I think that could be quite useful. And I think also setting out your revision on your desk, like the first bit of revision you want to do, or like making a to-do list the night before, again, it just reduces friction, because I know that when I haven't planned what I'm going to do, I don't want to sit there and have to plan it out because I don't want to get stuff done. So yeah, the act of planning it is just like I put it off and I put it off and I put it off because I don't want to have to commit to doing any work. Yes. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, I've just clicked something. Wait. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna answer like one more, and then you can enjoy the rest of your evening and do whatever. Also, can I just say, I'm amazed that there's like over 1,000 people on here right now. Like it's just like so hard to fathom like 1,000 people in different areas of the globe watching me in my bedroom. I don't know, it's just weird. So thank you for being here. Questions. Okay, this is a really, really good question actually. What do you do when you fall behind on your study schedule? Very good question. Because you know what? We all love to have our schedule, right? It's easy. We've got this schedule for this day, we've got this schedule for this day, and it all sounds great. If I get everything done here, then I will be fine by the time I go into that exam. And then life comes in, and life takes over. And some days things come up and you might not get everything done. Maybe you've underestimated how long it's going to take to do this task, to do this other task. And And I think that's where stress really comes in, is when you know that you're behind on your schedule. So I think at first, when you're getting behind, simple thing is to shift over everything you haven't done onto the next day. And then again, like, okay, if you're not going to get that done, shift it over to the next day. But if you're going to do that, then you're going to have to slot it in some way. So what I would do is I would consciously wake up earlier the next day, because I think if you can complete more tasks early in the morning as opposed to like waiting till the evening where you're more likely to get more stressed, if you tackle them early on in the morning, then you can try and like get back on track. And if you do that for like a few days and like the early in the morning, like before, say you normally start revising at 9, but you are starting revising at 8, and between 8 and 9 you're just patching up things that you should have done on other days, you'll catch yourself up. But yeah, I think the most important thing is to not stress when you have gone behind. Like, oh my God, I'm not at all perfect. I got behind on my study schedule. Sometimes I would not complete things, and that's stressful. I would say some things that you are going to put in your study schedule you probably can eliminate. Like, not everything is 100% necessary. Some topics you probably know more than you realise. So the topics that you feel somewhat okay on, you could halve the time that you're going to spend on it and then slot in another task which is more important, or on a topic that's more pressing. And I think a good way of organising your schedule is putting the things that you don't like and the things that are most necessary early on in each day, so that if you do fall behind on your schedule, the things that you're missing out on every day are the things which you can miss out on if you have to. So the topics that, I don't know, you understand more easily, or like the few bonus questions which you were going to do. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I hope this helped in some way. I feel like I just waffled on a lot. Oh, I shouldn't do this when I'm tired, because I feel like I'm just not as helpful. But yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't answer your question. There are just a lot, but I feel bad. Maybe we could do this again, another live stream. I do a lot more lives on my Instagram, and as I say, I host people sometimes. So yeah, go follow me there. But yeah, if you've got your exams coming up, if you're revising right now, I wish you all the luck in the world. Just keep going. I validate your struggle, mate. You've got this. Yeah, thank you for being here. And if you donated some money to Restless, thank you. You're amazing.